Well, we have a story for you guys. Do you want to hear a story?
Do you want to hear a story? Yes, we do.
Everybody ready to tell a story?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. CeCe, you're in the story. Are you ready?
This is a story about you.
Okay, it starts like this. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess named CeCe. She wore a tiara made of forsythia, her favorite flower. CeCe loved to make people laugh and was as wise as an owl. She was the best big sister for her little brother, Freddie. CeCe loved Freddie because he was witty, he had the courage of a lion, and most of all, he was the kindest prince she knew. It was a perfect team.
Okay, let's keep listening.
Together we can do anything, CeCe exclaimed. One day, CeCe and Freddie decided to leave their Towson castle in search of adventure.
In the beginning of their adventure, CeCe and Freddie came upon a field of buttercups. CeCe and Freddie loved buttercups and ran through the golden field until they reached a beautiful babbling brook. The water was crystal clear, and CeCe and Freddie decided to stick their toes in. While they enjoyed the delightfully cool water, a small dragonfly decided to pay them a visit.
CeCe and Freddie climbed onto the wings of the and flew the whole way to Augusta, Georgia, arriving just in time to see Daddy-O win the Masters. He looked at Freddie and said, "Freddie Hughes, we're going to do that someday." And away they flew to...
Is it my turn? That's my turn.
No.
They flew to Rehoboth Beach, where the salty ocean wind blew through their hair. As they flew down the boardwalk, they avoided the seagulls and smelled the French fries. They saw kids running to the arcade and their parents running to the purple parrot. The dragonfly rested on the beach, so CeCe and Freddie could get some water ice and, of course, got to try every flavor. After a nap in the sun, they got the dragonfly and flew to...
Oh, I'll read Mom's. Flew to Florida to visit Great Grandma B. They went to the beach and played in the Gulf like their mom had a long time ago. They built a fancy sand castle and pretended they were the king and queen. Then the water came and took the castle away. So they flew back home to rest.
Thank you.
Lois?
Once upon a time, there was a very beautiful princess of Joppa. The princess was fairest in all the land. She played a golden violin and could swim like a mermaid, and all the people and animals loved her. Do you know who that is, CeCe?
Who plays violin?
When the princess grew up, she found her Prince Charming of Augusta, and they had a beautiful daughter. Wonder who that is? She was the Princess of Pattison. She was also beautiful and had blonde hair. She was loved by all the people and especially the animals of the Druid Hill district. The young princess discovered she was going to have a brother. He would be the Prince of Towson, and together they would have many adventures. Their mother was now the queen, and father was the king. The children were instructed in reading and writing by Queen Mom and Prince Pat, elders of the kingdom. And together they learned many stories. The princess took the little prince to meet the animals in the Druid Hill district, and all the animals fell under the magical spell of royal children. The animals could speak to the children, took turns telling their amazing stories. When CeCe woke up from her amazing dream, she knew that she and Freddie had just had story time and a trip to the zoo.
Wow.
Right.
Yes.
At the zoo. CeCe, did you ever see a zebra at the zoo?
Yeah.
The zebra at the zoo told Princess CeCe and Prince Freddie of a beautiful land across the water where zebra cousins thrive among tall grasses and pines and birds. The zebra cousins live a life in tune with the rising and ebbing tides of both the marsh and the sea. Strong and beautiful. Who can take us there? Squealed CeCe. Seek the counsel of the wise Prince Pap and Queen Mum, also called Queen Graham. They love the land for ways. And so it was that the two royal children set off for Assateague. Queen Graham taught CeCe and Freddie the secrets of the marsh where the heron's nest and the plover's hide. Pap launched his boat, Simply Messing, with the help of the new crewmates. Did you ever ride Pappy's boat, CeCe?
Yeah.
You helped Pappy on his boat? But it was the ocean that enthralled the children. CeCe one look and said, "It calls me. It calls me." Looking at the ocean, just like Moana. Freddie threw himself into the surf and flipped over the waves as if he were born flipping in salt water. Each day, blinding sunrises gave way to sunsets. Dinner always ended with creamery ice cream. And children curiously shot golf balls into the marsh before going to bed. But they missed their mommy and daddy, and Queen and Prince took them home where they leaped into the arms of their parents and everybody joyously hugged and kissed. Oh, no, I'm also reading Emma and Lauren's. So it's mostly done by Emma. Then CeCe went to the pond to watch the ducks swimming in her pool. Mommy and Daddy came with her. Then Thomas and Emma came and they all went into the woods. CeCe was a little scared, but Emmy helped her and got her some water, and then she felt better. When they went down the path, Graham and Pap came too. And then they wanted to go back to CeCe's house to sleep over, and a giant bear came down the path. But the police came and took it to jail. Heard a noise, and it was another bear. But this one was nice. And then they all went back to CeCe's house and went inside, and it was nice and safe. And we had cereal for breakfast. And Mom had the most ginormous pancake in the entire world. And there was a knock at the door, and it was Uncle Chris and Aunt Lauren coming to the house, and everybody sang, "Immer wieder kommt ein neuer Frühling."
German?
After they finished singing, CeCe, beautiful butterflies appeared, and everyone flew on them to the mountains to swim in Mima and Pop's pool. There were large unicorns floating in the pool. Avery, Tyler, and Riley were there. CeCe and Freddie swam all around with their family. There was lots of good food and many toys for the good boys and girls from 1987. Suddenly, a rabbit appeared and spoke, still under the spell, and told CeCe, Freddie, and family there was going to be a big surprise.
Ooh.
And just then, the dragonfly reappeared. He winked, suggested they whisk away and explore the Western Kingdom. CeCe decided to go to Hollywood and even further to Venice Beach, where they came upon their kin, the Killians. They had found their beloved cousins, Rowan and Hudson, who taught them the ways of the West. As they skateboarded into the glorious sunset, they exclaimed, "No worries, dude," and knew that the love that they would experience in this life will lead them on to many amazing journeys. May the longtime sun shine upon us, all love surround us, and the pure light within us guide our way.
Ready? Go ahead.
The royal children were so happy in the Western Kingdom.
Louder.
But it was time to venture back east. Princess CeCe and Prince Freddie were ready for another adventure. They hopped on their dragonfly that they now called Tiger Woodley, and three flew high over the United Kingdoms, and saw all the beautiful places below.
But just as they were soaring over the land of Michigan, they noticed a beautiful young girl sitting outside her castle. She seemed very sad. The royal children instructed Tiger Woodlily to bring them to her. They landed in front of the girl and frightened her a bit. The young children introduced themselves and asked the young lady her name and why she was sad. The girl replied, "My name is Princess Natalie. I am sad because I miss my best friend." CeCe then asked, "Well, that is very sad. Who is this best friend that you speak of, and where does she live?" Natalie replied, "Her name is Princess Riley, and she lives far, far away in the land of Mountainside." The two young royals began to laugh. Natalie was surprised and asked, "Why are you laughing at my sadness?" Freddie apologized for the outburst and then explained that Princess Riley was their cousin and that there was enough room on their dragonfly to take her to the long-lost friend. Natalie was so very happy, and the three of them climbed on the dragonfly and headed east once again.
Natalie arrived.
They landed right out front of the Amato Castle. Three very happy children and an adorable puppy ran out to embrace everyone. Princess CeCe was so excited to once again see her cousin Avie and the dog named Bonnie. Freddie was relieved to see his cousin Tyler, and they began to play basketball. But no one was happier to see each other than Princess Riley and Princess Natalie. Princess CeCe and Prince Freddie saved the day. Their work was done in the land of Mountainside, but promised their cousins that they would be back soon to visit. They summoned Tiger Woodlily and off they went.
By the time the dragonfly made his graceful descent into the backyard of the royal children, CeCe's eyelids were growing heavy and Freddie was beginning to yawn. CeCe slid off the dragonfly's wings into the soft grass and reached her hands up to envelop her little brother. They entered the house to the warm smiles of their parents and a crackling fire waiting for them in the fireplace. The whole royal family sipped cups of hot cocoa with marshmallows as fluffy as clouds while CeCe and Freddie told of their adventures. They told of faraway beaches and castles made of sand, of talking animals and boat rides where the sky meets the sea, of ice cream and skateboards and puppies. "Isn't it wonderful," Queen Lauren exclaimed to CeCe and Freddie, who were finally growing quiet, "that we have so many wonderful people in our lives to love us through such adventures?" "Yes, and isn't it incredible," King James whispered as they tucked the blankets in close around CeCe and Freddie, "that we have so much love and peace to come home to at the end of each day." As the royal children drifted off to dream about all they had seen and done, the king whispered, "These are our people," and the queen dreamily echoed, "Yes, and this must be the place." The end.
The end. Yay! Can you clap for our story, CeCe? Can you clap? Thank you. That was such a special story, family.